Our world. Seriously, it's rigged. Let's talk global apartheid. Right, let's be honest. Our world, it's a bit of a mess. Actually, no, it's of a mess. And the biggest, messiest part of this mess is how incredibly, outrageously, unfairly divided it is. You've got some people with more money than they can spend in 1,000 lifetimes. Then you've got millions, billions even, struggling for basics. Clean water, food, a roof. This isn't some random accident, folks. Oh no, this is a system. It's by design. And it's time we called it what it is, with a word that should make us all sit up. That word, global apartheid. Yes, apartheid. That chilling term we usually reserve for one particularly awful regime in South Africa. But think about it. Doesn't it just fit the globe now? One part of the world enjoys immense privilege, freedom of movement, access to resources. Another part, fenced in, exploited, left behind. These aren't always physical walls, though sometimes they are. Often they're invisible lines drawn by passports, by poverty, by policies written in rooms most of us will never see. It's a separation. A brutal, systemic separation. So why don't we talk about it like this more often? Well, it's uncomfortable, isn't it? For those on the comfy side of the divide, it's easier to, not think about it. To change the channel. To believe it's just the way things are. The news might show us glimpses. A famine here, a war there. But it rarely connects the dots. It rarely shows the full, horrifying, interconnected picture of how this global separation is maintained and who benefits. It's a massive story, often hidden in plain sight, because it's just so darn big. But here's the good news, if you can call it that. There's a way to cut through the noise, to make people see, to make them. And that, my friends, is the power of film. Cinema, at its best, doesn't just entertain. It grabs you by the collar, it drags you into other people's lives. It shows you the world through their eyes. It can expose injustice in a way that 1,000 news reports or dry academic papers never could. And there's a film series that does exactly that. It's about to unmask this global apartheid. So brace yourselves. The big picture show how films rip the band-aid off injustice. So, what is this magical film series? It's called The Unseen Divides. And it's not a feel-good summer blockbuster, I can tell you that. This is a hard-hitting, eye-opening documentary anthology. Think of each film as a dispatch from a different front line in the battle against global inequality. One might take you to the cobalt mines of the Congo, fueling our smartphones. Another to the sweatshops of Southeast Asia, stitching our fast fashion. Another to the fortified borders of Europe or North America. It's a journey, but not the kind you'll find in a travel brochure. How do these films show global apartheid? Oh, they don't just tell you. They use the power of images, of stark contrasts. Imagine seeing a split screen on one side, a family in a wealthy nation casually watering a massive lawn. On the other, a village where people walk miles for a single bucket of questionable water, or the bureaucratic nightmare of trying to get a visa if you're from a wrong country versus the breezy airport arrivals for the right ones. It's the lottery of birth, laid bare. It's about access to healthcare, to education, to safety, to dignity, and how that access is brutally unfairly distributed. And the scenes, oh boy, the scenes. They stick with you. There's this one moment, I'm telling you, it's a gut punch. A mother in a poor country is told her child can't get a life-saving drug. Why? Because a massive pharmaceutical company holds the patent, and her government can't afford it. Then you see the company's CEO talking about shareholder value. It's enraging. Or the farmer in India, his ancestral land poisoned by industrial waste from a factory making goods for Western markets, now facing displacement. These aren't actors. This is their reality. The storytelling is key here. It's deeply personal. The series largely avoids relying only on talking head experts, though they are there to provide crucial context. Instead, it puts you right there with the people whose lives are shaped and often crushed by these global divides. You hear their voices, see their tears, witness their resilience. It's raw, it's unflinching, and it's incredibly powerful. The filmmakers also masterfully weave in historical context, showing how past injustices like colonialism directly paved the way for today's inequalities. It's a masterclass in connecting the personal to the political, the past to the present. Beyond the credits, time to wake up and smell the inequality. Now, this global mess didn't just appear out of thin air. No sir, The Unseen Divides makes it painfully clear that there's a history here. A long, ugly history. It peels back the layers, showing how centuries of colonialism, slavery, and resource extraction built the wealth of some nations on the backs of others. And it doesn't stop there. It shows how modern mechanisms, think rigged trade deals, crippling international debt, tax havens, and the immense power of multinational corporations, keep this system chugging along. It's not ancient history, it's an ongoing project. The themes that scream from the screen are naturally inequality, monumental, staggering inequality. But it's more than just numbers and statistics. The films delve into the theme of power. Who wields it on a global scale? Who makes the rules? And crucially, whose voices are silenced or ignored when those rules are made? It's about the structures, the systems that are designed, often intentionally, to maintain this imbalance. It's not just about individual poverty, it's about systemic disempowerment. It forces you to ask, is this a fair game or is the deck completely stacked? So, what's the impact of watching something like this? Well, first off, it's probably going to make you uncomfortable. And good. It should. If you watch these stories and feel nothing, you might want to check if you're actually a robot. It's designed to make you angry, to make you sad, but most importantly, to make you. To shatter any lingering illusions that extreme poverty in one part of the world is somehow disconnected from extreme wealth in another. Awareness, real gut-level awareness, is the first essential step towards any kind of change. This series delivers that in spades. And that leads us to the big. So what now? This isn't just entertainment to be consumed and forgotten when the credits roll. The Unseen Divides is a call to action, but not just any action. It's a call to wake up, to stop sleepwalking through a world built on such profound injustice. Reflect on what you've seen. Talk about it with your friends, your family. Question the narratives you're usually fed. Demand more from your leaders, from corporations. This film series is a powerful tool, a spark. The question is, what will you do with that spark? Don't let it fizzle out.